Hello, guys. Today, I want to share with you the reason why there is war between Russia and Ukraine. So, I have 7 reasons to give you why the war is going on between these two countries. So, reason number 1 is greed. Greed is a very tactical reason why nation can fight nation, or community can fight community, or brother can fight brother. Because this war happens in your family, happens in our community. Now it happens between countries. So we see this war every day in family, in community, and today it happens in a country. So there is nothing strange, nothing different from what we have been saying before. But today, the reason why this war came is greed, number 1. Insatiable, unsatisfied. So you see, there are some community, let me give you a good example. There's a community, this community might have 100 hectares of land. The neighboring community might have 85 hectares of land. Now, at the border, there might be dispute for just one single plot of land. You see, this one having 100 hectares of land and this one having 85 hectares of land, they will mobilize themselves and start killing themselves just because of one plot of land. So you see, they will not let it go. Is unsatisfied with what you have. It brings about conflict, forgetting that so many lives will be lost. They don't care. All they want is they want to achieve what they want. That is greed, to have it all for me. It happens so many times in family when brother fight brother just because of greed. So this one today is happening between the Ukraine and the Russians because there is greed for Russia to have the whole former Soviet Union all together back again into their empire, because it was an empire built and scattered. So now to bring them back, you need to use iron hand to bring them back, which you can't force a marriage. A forced marriage is always broken along the line. So in this case, the reason of the war, number 1 reason, is greed, insatiable. So in this case, Russia is not satisfied with all the natural resources it has. Then he see what the Ukraine had. So reason number 2, ego, pride. I want to have it all. I want to have them under my control. Then this one can bring what they call war between two nations. It can bring war between neighbors, between brothers. Because you always want your neighbor to always bow down for you, you always want to put them under your control. Then this is what it can bring, a very big war that you cannot stop. That is reason number 2. The pride. Pride. Always feel big, feel pompous. Then you bull at whoever that is smaller around you. In the community of animals, you know what happened? The bigger one bull the small one. That is what is happening to them. So we go to reason number 3. Supremacy. Supremacy, in other words, domination. I want to always dominate whoever that is around me. When you continue to dominate whoever that is your neighbor, your brother, your sister, your neighbor in the country. You want to always dominate them. Remember, this will always bring about conflict. Because at the point of domination, which is supremacy, you no longer respect their right. A time will come, there will be rebellion. Somebody will rebel. Then this brings about strong conflict. So at the time a country have that supremacy, just like what the Russians have over Ukraine, they are dominant. They always want to dominate, like they've done during the USSR. They dominate, they give order. They are always to their apron. The whole of them, they are always tied to the apron of the USSR, the former USSR. So they still want to have that supremacy to all the neighboring countries around them. So they never believe that those countries are no longer part of them. They still have that supremacy that the Russian Federation are still in control over those small neighboring countries. So this leads to war because the Russians are militarily, they are very strong. So they have that supremacy that those around them, they are not as strong as the Russians. So they can do anything to bring them under their control. So this is reason number 3, sorry. Then I'm going to reason number 4. Economic reason. A war can break out because of economic reason. Trade agreement, business, have interest in your natural resources. It happens during the Gulf War when Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait. It's an economic war. It wasn't a war of hatred. It was a war of economics. Economic reason. Because if I invade you, capture you, then it means all your natural resources becomes mine. I become more richer. Forgetting the life that we are going to lose during the battle. We don't care about the military that will die, the children of our children that will lose during the battle for this to achieve what we want. We don't care about them. All we want is, we want to have their oil, we want to have their gas, we want to have their gold. Then we can do anything by thing to make sure we have them. We must fight them. So if we are able to invade them, fight them, then overpower them, they now become ours. They will now work for us. Hitler did the same thing. He fades. Saddam Hussein did the same thing in Iraq. He fades. But in the case of Russia Federation, this is from time immemorial. The Russia Empire, the Federation of the USSR, they've got an empire where all these countries broke away during the fall of USSR. But today, the West have started doing business now. They now have trust for USSR, which is the Russia Federation. Doing business with them, they're able to create wealth and money. They have arms, they have no money. So they cannot challenge you because you made them to have that money. The USSR wasn't rich. Then they were silent during the Cold War. But today they are rich because the West made the Russia to be rich. You give him the money, you do business with him, you transfer money to him, you do everything with him. Today, they have all the power to challenge you. Challenge you politically, challenge you militarily, in everything they challenge you because they are as rich as you are. So this is an economic power. So we go to another reason. Number 5, which is a political reason to fight a war. There is a political reason to fight a war, just like what is going on today. The citizens of Ukraine and Russians, some of them might not even know why the war is going on at all. But the senators and the presidents, the people in power, they know why the war is going on. They know why. They know the reason the war came. So if you, once upon a time, when there is election in your country, when you are doing anything, you consult me politically. Today, you deviate from me and consult my enemy. Then what does it mean? You are now shifting your politics toward another direction. If you shift your politics towards another direction, automatically you are shifting your economical power towards another direction. Then I now make a reason to fight you. This can bring a war between two countries. Political reason. Because the policy being made by the parliament, the citizens never know anything about it. But they are the ones to suffer it when the war breaks out. So today, the war that is going on, politically, do we hear about Russia some 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago? Ukraine? No. Fighting with Russia? No, it never happened. It never happened 10 years ago. It never happened 20 years ago. They were living peacefully and fine. Why now? Because politics have changed direction. So when politics change direction, so before now, I have you under my control. I can oversee everything you are doing. But when you change direction, it becomes dark. So because I didn't know what you are doing this time around, what does it mean? It means you become a threat to me. So I must break your leg so that you won't be able to continue your journey. This is what is happening between Russia and the Ukraine. Political reason to fight the war. Then you have reason above 6, which is security threat. If your neighbor is a security threat to you, there is every reason, whether it's your community beside you, or is your neighbor in your house, or is your country, two neighboring country, this can bring a very large war because of security threat. How does it come? Will you allow the next country, your border, when you see there is terrorist preparation there is terrorist activity going on, you didn't stop them? Remember, once they grow wings, they are coming to fight you. So, security threat is a very good reason for country to go into war with another country, because if I don't fight you now, I might not be able to fight you tomorrow, because you become strong. If I see you are growing wings, militarily you are growing too much power, and I don't stop you now, it becomes a problem to me that I would have stopped you yesterday, not today. Then this is another word that kind of, I want to have it all. Only me will be strong, because the big bullying the small. So security threat now, not that it's a threat that the smaller one will come to defeat the bigger one. No, because this security threat that we are seeing is that I wouldn't want any other nation to be strong the way I am in this environment. So this is an authority. Military is authority. So then we go to solution number 7, which is jealousy. Jealousy can become one of the reasons why war can also break out. If your neighbor is doing better than you are, or in your neighboring country, your neighbor at home, your brother, it can bring about big war. It happens between family. It happens between brothers. Cain and Abel, war break out, and it happens between them that one kill the other one. The same thing we are having today. Russia and Ukraine, there is a lot of jealousy. Ukraine is growing politically and in a democratic way, whereby the Russians doesn't want this because they are growing towards the direction they don't like. They are no longer under their control. Then they want to stop them. There is that strong jealousy. So they will stop them. This is why the seventh reason why the war break out in Ukraine. So this war we are saying now, it happens in so many families. I believe you looking at me, there is a lot of this war in your family, between brothers, between relations, between sisters, between community, between nation. It has happened and it's going to happen. It can happen in a bigger form, in a smaller form. It doesn't matter how it happens. This is what they call greed. Insatiable. Countries are never satisfied with what they have. They want to have other countries under their control. So when the captive is released, when they fight back, it's always disastrous. So this seventh reason is the reason I have observed, seen, and is a tactical seventh reason that brought war between these two nations. Get prepared. The war is not finished yet, because this war is to go into economic war. So today I will stop here. In the next video, I will analyze how the economic war will come, how the way it will come. A lot of problem is coming. So these are the reasons why the Russians are fighting Ukraine. So it is too much for the world to say we don't know why they are fighting. We all knew why they are fighting. We all knew. So these are the seven reasons, tactical reasons why they are fighting. Nothing more than what is here. So like this video and leave your comment below. I see you next time in my next video. Stop war in Ukraine. Thank you.